What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ali back at it again with another video. So we've been gone for a little minute, but just been locked in on the market and myself as a whole since Tuesday, I think, last time I posted a video. But I definitely today want to give just a market recap from what happened last week as far as trading, investing, all my moves I've made since then, what I'm looking at for this upcoming week. And this is also a video where I want to talk about how to buy crypto, how to get into crypto, and how to store it and protect it, because it is a very unregulated space as of now. So there are things that you can do in order to protect yourself and to hold on to your assets, So this is more of a request from a viewer, my boy Jay. So with all that being said, let's go over this market recap, where my mind is with the whole market, and then I'll get into how to buy crypto and how to store it and protect it. Let's do it. All right, y'all. So let's hop right into it. We gotta refresh the Henko trade. It's the brokerage I'm using. I've been doing $1,000 account on this brokerage since October. I took a payout in October, and I reset it in November, and this is where we at now. So I ended the month of November down around $500 or $400, one of those. But after this week, I took another loss on the week. So let's get into why. Because I'm always gonna keep it transparent. I haven't been executing the greatest when it comes to this month in December, November, at the end as well. Simply because towards the end of the month, I was just hands off, with it being Thanksgiving and holidays and short days in the market, as far as, closing at 12 instead of 3. And those two exact days are like the only days that I actually had profitable trades that month, which is crazy. So that's why this thing is so red. I haven't been executing properly. And that's on me, that's on me. So let's get into the trades I took this past week. So I ended up taking this trade. So I was bullish, right? And this gray box is my 4-hour order block, right? So I was bullish. Price came down, tapped into the order block, dipped below it, and we got our first break of structure right here, and then we got our liquidity grab right here, and then our second break structure was actually right here, right? So once we got the entry, price moved up to the break even and then came back and stopped out at break even. But I didn't execute properly on this, and I was moving around a lot, and that's normally the reason for my execution being off. Is I'm always moving when I'm at work and stuff. So I was actually rushed into this one, and I ended up entering off of the break of this high right here, instead of letting the liquidity grab get swept. And I thought, for whatever reason, I had already thought that I got the break and the liquidity grab already, and so I was entering off of the second break of structure. But like I said, moving too fast, execution just off. Nobody to blame but me. So yeah, for the second trade of the week was on Wednesday, December 4th, and this one, so I was bearish. This gray box, the 4-hour order block. So we opened up the day at 8:30 within the order block. So I'm automatically looking for my steps, right? So got a break of structure, first break of structure right here. And then we got a liquidity grab. We swept this high up here. And then I was looking for a tap into a 5-minute order block, which is up here, this yellow box. And then I was waiting for a second break of structure, which is right here below this low. And because price was just chopping and stuff, and December 4th, did we have news that day? Let's see, December 4th. We did have some news that day. Don't remember what it was, but because the market was just chopping, made this move up, move down, chop, move back up, I wasn't really confident in the trade, and I just didn't take it. But once again, that's on me. That's on me, because nothing about my rules tells me to not take this trade, and this actually ended up playing out. So I didn't make any money or lose any money this day, but you can't say I lose money because I didn't execute. So that's that one. December 5th, I ended up taking this trade, right? So I was bearish on the day again. This is the 1-hour order block. So at open, we tapped into it. got our first break of structure right here below this low. Got a liquidity grab above this short-term high. And then there's another low right here, black then white candle that created a low right here. So once this candle closed below it, that was my second break of structure. I entered, and as you can see, price chopped around, came right above my stop loss, and then came down to my 1R and then went back to my break even. So it eventually came down all the way to the profit target and below, as you can see down here. But hey, what can you do, right? I had my plan, I executed on it, and it just didn't work out, right? It didn't work out. So these suck. These absolutely suck because you can see it literally went right above it and then came right back down. It's like, why? Like, what's the point, right? So took a loss on that trade, and I did go down in my size, as far as my size, because my account is down. So I'm not risking $100 a trade anymore. You can see I'm risking smaller amounts now, So I've been cutting my losses earlier, and I've been just managing my risk better. So I'm going to keep trading this account for the rest of the month because I just need to get better at my execution. Obviously, I've only been trading the strategy live for 2 months. So I'm not too hard on myself, there's a lot of adjustments that I need to make, and I'm aware of that. So let's get into this last trade of the week, which was a loss as well. And this one I was skeptical because I know this looks kind of crazy, but these are all 4-hour order blocks. It's just one huge one inside of, and then there's a small one inside of it, and then there's an even smaller one. So I'm focusing on this one from the top and the bottom of this box, if you can even see it. But market opened here, right? I'm bullish on the external time frame. So we came in, tapped into the order block, got our first break of structure above this high. We had a down candle and an up candle. We had an up candle and a down candle, so that created a high. We broke above it at the close of this candle, so that's my first break of structure. We had a black candle and an up candle, so we created a low here. Once we swept that low, that was my liquidity grab, and now I'm looking for my second break of structure to the upside since I'm bullish, right? And at this point, you can see price is already below this original order block, right? And at the time, I was thinking about it, price didn't hold the first order block, but we are within other order blocks. So should I, is that a good sign for me to take this trade? And we're downtrending, and I'm looking for buys. So I'm going against, like the short-term trend. But at the same time, I'm thinking in my head, this isn't what I back tested, So I'm going to take the trade, and if it doesn't work out, I'll just journal it, and keep it for later. Because like I said, I am essentially like forward testing this strategy right now. So there's patterns that I see that I know are not, highly probable. And I still take them just because it's part of the back testing that I've done. But I will be making adjustments come the end of this month. So trades like these, I won't be part of. But ended up taking a trade anyway, and ended up being a loss. I cut it actually at the close of this candle, and I ended up losing only half of what I planned to lose on that trade, or what I planned to risk. So overall, on the week, I lost 12, 4, 12, 14, 25, 48, 100, about $123, $125 on the account. So like I said, just managing my risk better with the account being low, and you have to have a certain level of margin on these accounts. So gonna keep making adjustments. I told you I've been working on a NASDAQ strategy, so I've been working with that, and I think I've also found, along with that NASDAQ strategy, I've also found something with stocks, and I'm trading stock options because I do want to get back into that coming this next year. So that's what I'm doing as far as trading goes. Now, as far as investing, I have been making a few moves, and I'll get into those right quick. So let me pull up my chart right quick, clear this out, remove 10 drawings. Get out of replay mode. And so I've been buying Coinbase. I bought Coinbase shares. Actually freaking timed it perfectly. So I think I put this in one of my last videos, right? So I originally wanted to buy Coinbase when it was all the way down here around 170. I can't remember where it was. It was at 170, right here. So at the beginning of October, when it was around 184, right? And I ended up missing my entry, and the price just ran. Or was it 184? No, it wasn't 184. It was on a monthly chart. It was back in August. It was back in August. I wanted to catch it at this monthly order block right here, right? Ended up missing my entry at 175, and it ran all the way up. So once we came up above these highs, I'm like, all right, if we retest, I want to get an entry, to take it to the highs, to all-time highs, right? So we came up, price gapped up, we opened up above, that same level. This is the weekly chart now, and as you can see, we bounced off of this area, right? So we had to move up, and we just started chopping. So I'm seeing that we're chopping around, and from my experience, the market moves in impulse, correction, or chop, then impulse, right? So what I see here is exactly that. It's exactly what I see. So I see an impulse move up. Now I'm seeing chop. Now the next move is another impulse move. Now whether it's down or whether it's up, I don't know. But that's why, what comes with experience and just learn how to read the chart, and there's different ways of entering and placing a trade, and placing an educated guess on where it's going to go. So for me, right, I saw this area of support within the market, within this range here, right? And I saw this triangle, like this triangle was forming, and I saw price consolidating and just price getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, right? And I wanted it to explode out. So I came to the 4 hour, and this is something that I've been testing, but a lot of people, use the bodies and whatnot to mark their support and resistance. But something that I've been realizing is the market doesn't really work off of one specific level. It likes to work off of areas, right? So something that I haven't seen anybody teach is using the actual wicks of the candles as like points of interest. And what I've noticed is, when we have a down and up candle, that makes a low, right? So if I take from the wicks, the bottom of the bodies to the wicks, down to the lowest wick, between those two candles, that is an area that's a point of interest. That's a demand area, and vice versa for, if you have an up candle and a down candle, that's an area of resistance. This is support down here, and then it's another, if you do an up candle and a down candle, it's an area of resistance. So I'll put one, let's just say right here, boom. So you see we have an up candle and a down candle. So I'll mark from the top of the body all the way to the top of the wick. And you can see price came down, and once it got back into this area, it fell down again, right? So I've been noticing that lately, and I've just been watching it and testing it over different assets, crypto, stocks, whatever, right? And I saw that here, we kept on bouncing off this demand area that was made, November 18th right here. And so in these areas, I like to look for bullish engulfings, and vice versa. For the resistance areas, I like to look for bearish engulfings. Once again, bull means up, bear means down. Why? Because a bull strikes up with his horns and a bear strikes down with his claws, right? So I like to look for bullish engulfing candles, and that's when a green or an up candle completely devours the candle that came before it. More specifically, a down candle that came before it. So as you can see, this whole candle, this whole body, and this whole wick of this candle is outside over the top of the high of this wick, and it's below the low of this wick, right, of the previous candle. So it engulfed the whole candle, right? So that's the sign. I saw this, and I'm like, okay, that may be a sign that that Coinbase still wants to go up. It's holding support. It gave a bullish engulfing pattern. So I was just patient. Market kept chopping. Got another bullish engulfing here, right? It's completely outside of the high of this one, completely below the low of this one. And so I still wasn't comfortable with taking an entry here, right? So I wait, and I end up going towards the daily time frame, because I'm realizing that's what I like to swing like shares off of. The 4 hour may be good to swing like calls or whatever, calls and shares, honestly. But just for this case, because we were chopping so hard, and there was 2 4 hour bullish engulfings here already. Well, actually 3. This one engulfed as well. So 1, 2, this is an engulfing, 3, and 4. I'm just like, all right, those signals aren't really the best right now. So I came to the daily time frame, because the higher the time frame, the stronger the signal. So as you can see, on December 3rd, we got a bullish engulfing candle here. This candle is below this previous candle's low, and it's above the previous candle's high, right? So once we got this close on the daily, and we were in this, this demand area, I'm like, that's a strong, bullish engulfing signal for us to go higher. So I bought shares here. I bought shares at the end of the day around $308, and I can actually show. So yeah, I bought shares on Coinbase. As you can see, I bought 3 shares of Coinbase around, where is it at? Boom, boom, it's down here, I think. Wow, so 3 shares at 308.90 on, you can see, December the 3rd. And now it's at 340 a share. So I'm currently up 10% on, this position, and $96 in total. Now, it's not a crazy amount of money, but if you learn how to, I didn't do anything for it. All I did was press a button. And this is with, not a large account, so I'm just focusing on my process and my entry models, because this same trade on a 10K account, 20, 30K account, is significantly larger gains. But I am holding these shares for the long term, because I believe Coinbase is going to go up over time. So that I got into that, and I also got back into Riot shares, right? Why? Because Riot has actually been holding bullish on the daily time frame, and it just flipped back bullish on the 4-hour time frame. And Bitcoin broke 100,000 this past week, which is historic considering that it started off at like 6 cents, I think, which is freaking crazy. So we broke back bullish on the 4-hour, and we had a breakout of this resistance area right here. So once we broke above and we came back and retested, I got in at 12.93. So yeah, I'm currently down 0.05%, so 27 cents right now. And you can see I bought 38.67 shares at 12.93 on December 4th, right? So this is another company where I'm expecting it to, this is a 2025 play, really. I'm not expecting this thing to go crazy this month or next month, but over the next year, I've already, laid out my thought process behind Riot, so I'm not going to go too much into this one, but just know that I'm expecting this thing to go dummy. And Square is doing well. Square is doing pretty well. We finally had that breakout of that this whole $93 area, and I went over this weeks ago. Just my whole thought process behind Square. So this week, I'm actually expecting it to have a little pullback. Now, it might go crazy, but I'm expecting to have a little pullback to this area that it broke out of. And then we could see a move to 120, and then probably a little retracement, and then a move to this 136 area. So we'll see what happens. Let me go ahead and mark this right here. Where's it here? Mark this area right here where I'm expecting it to go to. So that's it for Square. And did I buy anything else? Oh yeah, crypto. So I bought VeChain. I did buy VeChain, and I bought some more XRP on the dip. So let's look at those two right quick. Bow. So XRP has been on a run, and as soon as I saw, once again, this is a good example of just the demand areas playing out, right? Support and resistance area playing out, right? So I bought more XRP on this dip, December 3rd. So we ran all the way up to damn near $3 and went to $2.90. And I was expecting to pull back, So once the market had a nice strong pullback to the demand area, I bought more. at around $2.32. Price spiked back up and it's been holding. See how, right? So we have down candle, up candle. I'm marking from the bottom of the bodies to the low of the wicks. And that's the demand area. Price came down, bounced right off of it, came down again, bounced again, bouncing. So this demand area is holding, and I bought down here. So those extra coins that I bought are up already. I bought them at 232. So let's just do some quick maths right quick, right? Let's just do some quick maths. So this price you can see over here is at 258. So 258 minus 232 is $26 cents. So 26 cents divided by 232, which is my entry price, means I'm up 11% already on those buys. So I also bought VeChain. Also, before we talk about VeChain, Brad Garlinghouse, who is the CEO of Ripple, which is the company that created XRP is doing a episode on 60 Minutes today, actually. So I think that that's going to cause the price to go up and finally hit $3 and possibly even break all-time highs at 350, just depending on what he says. Because he's a pretty important piece in this whole crypto space, right? So let's get into VeChain though. I learned about VeChain over this past week, and VeChain is going to be huge. So if y'all remember the whole NFT thing, VeChain is going to be like the NFTs for everyday products, pretty much. So, you know, your groceries, you'll be able, with VeChain, it's a technology on the blockchain to where you'll be able to keep track of inventory. It's a supply chain management crypto, right? So it has a partnership with Walmart actually, to where it'll keep track of, you know, where different products have been, you know, and the history of the products and each move that it makes, you know, from, let's say, just like a bunch of apples, right? So you'll be able to see on the blockchain exactly where the apples came from and history on the apples, you know, who shipped the apples to the store, when they got to the store, you know, how long they've been at the store, you know, and just a bunch of different, you'll be able to see a whole bunch of different data points, and it's going to be used in clothing as well. So if you don't know Idris Andu, he's a black tech founder of Spatial Labs, and he actually already has this technology within his brand, and it's basically an NFC chip within the clothing that allows you to, it serves as an NFT, right? And it allows you to track the data and track the history of the clothing. So let's say somebody sold, you know, you bought a hoodie, and that you sell that hoodie, right? You sell that hoodie to somebody else. So you'll go in you'll scan, you know, the little thing within the clothing, and you'll sell the item to the other person, and then you can see the transaction, you know, from when and who the item was sold to, where it came from. You can see pretty much like where your stuff has been. And that's just on the consumer side, right? So this is going to be really big for just enterprise. So they also have a partnership with BMW as well, to where you'll be able to track, you know, different parts, you know, car parts, and you'll be able to see, all right, where this car part is coming from, you know, has it been reused, you know, is it new, and just all the details that comes with that. And they'll be able to integrate this technology within like pretty much every business that has a physical product, right? So I understand the problem or the value that it provides to the world, right? And this is something that I think is going to be really big. So I looked into it. I looked at the monthly chart. I see, okay, the all-time high was at 27 cents. It's almost 28 cents. It's currently at 6 cents right now. You know, we got a pump from the election this past November. So it's up right now. And I think that it's important. It's going to be important in the crypto space as a whole. And they already have partnerships with major companies. And that's the main thing that I look for when it comes to this crypto stuff. Like, who are they partnering with? What is the use case? I'm not interested in any of these freaking meme coins that provide no value. I'm not interested in these pump and dump schemes, right? I want to buy into and have equity into the future, right? So it's at 6 cents. I do see that as on a rip. Yes, I do expect it. I won't be surprised if it has a nice pullback, but I'm in for the long term and for the, you know, this upcoming year. So it's at 6 cents right now. I think this thing is going to go absolutely crazy, reach all-time highs again. It has a partnership with the UFC, BMW, Walmart. So yeah, the daily chart, I see that, you know, we had a pullback, so I bought in at about 0.067 cents, I want to say, and that's still where it's at right now. So break even, I bought around, ended up buying around like 14,000 coins. Might kick it up to 20,000, 25,000 if it has a dip to this 5 cent area. Definitely going to get more if it comes back to here, but we'll see what happens. And also got some XLM. My pops wanted XLM. So I didn't do too much research on it, but you know, it moves with XRP. So he wanted to get some exposure to it. So got a few shares, a few coins, and we'll see what happens with it. But as far as Bitcoin goes, man, finally broke that $100,000 milestone. We've been just consolidating since then. Probably the market is waiting for tonight for this 60-minute episode with Brad Garlinghouse. So we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens. I'm definitely expecting XRP to benefit from it. Definitely expecting us to get back to these highs and just keep running, man. This crypto cycle is just starting, bro. It's just starting. Like, a lot of people think they're late, but you are late. But in the grand scheme of things, in the grand scheme of things, as far as globally, like global adoption with all these different coins, you're very, very, very early still. So now that's going to lead me to the next part of this video, which is how to buy crypto, how to buy Bitcoin, how to buy crypto, and how to store it. So let's get into that. All right, so I want to talk about the importance of having a cold storage wallet. And a cold storage wallet is a wallet that is normally a physical device, but it's a wallet that isn't connected to an online source, right? So let's say you buy Bitcoin through Cash App, or you buy it through Coinbase, or just an exchange, right? If you leave it with the exchange, then that's called a hot storage or a hot wallet. Why? Because your funds, your crypto, is still accessible via the internet, right? So if something happens with those exchanges, if for whatever reason the exchange gets hacked, or if the exchange goes bankrupt, or the website stops working, like, you don't have access to your crypto, you don't have access to your assets. So for whatever reason, they can shut down. For whatever reason, they could move your funds or do whatever with your crypto, and you don't want that, right? So you have to protect yourself by getting a cold storage wallet, which is normally a physical device. I have one. I have the Ledger Nano X. Okay, the sun is not even out and it's still cooking, but I have the Ledger Nano X, right? And it's essentially just a little USB, this USB thing, and it comes with a cable that you plug in to your computer, right? So you plug this part in to the end, and then you plug this part into your computer, and then you power it on. You hold it with you hold these two buttons, boom boom, you hold these two buttons together, it'll power it on. And then you have a Ledger Live app that's actually on your desktop and on your phone that you can connect to. And once you turn it on, it'll, you put your password in, it'll make you set a password, normally 4 digits or 6 digits. And that's how you get into, your app, and that's how you're able to move your assets around, right? And this is a more stable way and a more secure way to protect your Bitcoin and to store it, because you cannot move the crypto from off of this wallet. Nobody has access to it but you, and they don't have access to it unless they have this USB, right? And even if you lose this USB, there's a seed phrase, that comes with your ledger, so that say this burns or you just lose it somewhere, you can buy another one. As long as you have that seed phrase that protects your private key. If you don't have that seed phrase, you're cooked, right? And with these wallets, with any wallet, it's okay for people to see your public key, because that's the thing that you send. That's the thing that you show people in order for them to send you money, right? You have to show them your public key in order for them to be able to have the address and to send it to, right? So you don't want to show people your private key, which is normally, your seed phrase, a 24-word seed phrase. If people get access to that, then you're cooked, because they don't have to have your physical wallet. They can have a Ledger Nano X or another just wallet that uses the same technology as this, and they'll be able to get into your crypto wallet and take all your stuff. So yeah, get you a physical wallet. I need to do this myself, but once you have your seed phrase, write it down. Don't take a picture of it. Don't put it in your notes app, because if your phone gets hacked, cooked, right? So write it down. Don't tell it to anybody unless you trust them. And put it in a safety deposit box is what most people recommend. Don't store it with the actual device. Yeah, get you one of these. Get you a Ledger Nano X. Now, there are many different wallets that are out there. Do your own research. Some people say that this wallet isn't secure because it's been hacked. Not true. Nobody's assets have been stolen or affected using this technology. There was a data breach a couple years ago with Ledger, but the hackers got personal information as far as emails and phone numbers and all that. They didn't get access to anybody's funds. So these things are really secure. They have different security certifications. They use security element chips, which is the same chips that are in our credit cards. And they have there's a EAL rating, which stands for Evaluation Assurance Level, and it's this third-party company that pretty much runs tests and tries to like crack into these devices and tries to, you know, steal the funds from it and just find faults within it. And they rate it on a level from 1 to 7, right? So this particular device has a 5+ rating, so that's pretty good. Now there's only one device out there that has a 7, but it's $400. So I mean, I would rather buy this one, which is around like $100, but you can get one for like $50. This is the Legend Nano X. You can get the Legend Nano S, which is basically the same thing. It just carries less cryptos and it doesn't have Bluetooth capability, which I wouldn't use the Bluetooth capability because it creates a vector point for hackers to be able to steal your crypto. It's the whole point of it being offline so that hackers can't intercept any transactions. So yeah, if you want to get another one, you know, there's different wallets, Trezor wallets. There's different ones out there, but I've been using this one for the past 5 years. Haven't had any problems with it, and it's pretty simple. Whenever you get it, mine isn't brand new, so I can't show you how to set it up from scratch because I don't want to reset mine. But just follow the instructions that come with the box. Go on YouTube. I might drop a YouTube link. And it's very easy setup. You know, put your seed phrase in, put your password, write your seed phrase down. It's going to give you your seed phrase on here, and it's only going to give it to you once. So make sure you write it down and set your password, and then it'll show you how to add different accounts, because you have to add, for whatever crypto you want, you have to like add it onto the device. It doesn't come preloaded. So, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to get into how to actually send it. Once you buy the crypto, how do you send it to the wallet? And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get into it. All right, so I'm going to show y'all how to buy cryptocurrency, mainly Bitcoin, but how to buy any cryptocurrency you want, or mostly any. So you want to come to CoinMarketCap in order to see what exchanges offers, you know, the sale of the crypto you want to buy. Now, not every exchange offers every crypto, so you have to know which ones have which. So you come to CoinMarketCap, create an account, it's free, and you want to search. Let's just say you want to buy XRP, right? Click on the thing, click XRP. You come here, you click on markets, right? And this will show you. Binance is one of the biggest exchanges globally, right? So you can buy it on Binance, you can buy it on Coinbase Exchange, you can buy it on Kraken, KuCoin. It shows you everything you can buy it on, right? Now, it's not showing you that you could buy it on Robinhood, which is crazy now that I think about it. But the easiest way to buy Bitcoin to me is going to be through one of these, you know, these exchanges. You know, you go on the App Store or you go on the desktop, you make an account, you have to give your information, yes. You have to give your social security, yes, because they have to use it for tax purposes. Okay, so don't be skeptical when it comes to setting up an account. It's just like a bank account. You have to give your information. They might ask for your ID to validate your identity. Don't let that deter you, right? So you go to one of these exchanges, but if you want to just buy Bitcoin, I would highly suggest, as long as it's not like a stupid crazy amount, you just come to Cash App, right? You just come to Cash App and you scroll down and you see Bitcoin right here. Click on it. You click buy. Click a number you want to buy. I'm gonna just put, say, $20, right? It's gonna show you the review, funding source, debit card. Yes, you can buy with a debit card. Amount, it'll show you the amount, the exchange rate, the price of Bitcoin, where it's at right now. Symbol Bitcoin, total Bitcoin purchase 1955, fees 45 cents. So you click confirm. So you bought 0.000194666 Bitcoin, and then you wait, right? You wait, and it's there already, right? I already had $10 in there. That's why I kind of messed my head up. But all right, so now you got your Bitcoin and your Cash App, and just a heads up, this is not the most cost-efficient way to buy Bitcoin or to get Bitcoin, but it is the easiest way and the most simple way, hassle-free way to get it, right? So you got your Bitcoin, you click on the little arrows right there, you click send Bitcoin. You see you have 0.000029921, right? And in order to you have to pay a transaction fee, right? So you don't want to put that whole amount. So I'm gonna put 0.000299, and I'm gonna leave that 21 just to see if it covers, you know, the transaction fee, right? So you come to your Ledger Live app, and so I'm on my Bitcoin, you know, it's my Bitcoin wallet, and you can see it's Bitcoin 1, Bitcoin 2. I created another sub wallet just for this example. I already had some on here, as you can see, but this is, you can use this feature, you know, for, you know, let's say you want your own separate account and your wife wants her separate account. You can create 2 different accounts, but it's on the same device, right? So for this example, I just created another one. Click on receive. You can verify with your address if you have your Ledger, you know, your Ledger on you personally. But a lot of times I don't, you know, when I'm trying to send money to it or send crypto to it, and you don't need it when you're receiving Bitcoin, or crypto. But when you're trying to send it out, you are going to need to have your physical ledger with you. So reveal without verifying. Don't verify. So copy address, and then you paste it into here. Click on it, next, and then it's going to give you some options in order to make the transaction go through, right? So it says select your withdrawal speed. Demand is normal transaction should process as expected. Arrives in 20 minutes or less, arrives in 2 hours or less, right? So I don't like this part about Cash App. Like I said, it has pros and cons, and it's not the best way to do it as far as cost efficiency, because this is essentially more than a 10% fee in order to send this Bitcoin. But let's just go ahead and do priority for the example. Insufficient Bitcoin balance. So that's why I said you don't want to put that whole amount in there, because you are, in order to make the transaction go through. So it'll automatically adjust it for you. So instead of sending 29 Bitcoin, I'll be sending 26. So boom, confirm, you know, do your Face ID, and boom, you initiate a withdrawal of however much Bitcoin, and then you just wait. It just takes different times depending on how busy the network is, but I'll show y'all whenever it hits, right? All right, and about 30 seconds later, actually, it hit. So you can see the Bitcoin is now in here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So you can, you know, swap for different things. If you want to swap your Bitcoin for Ethereum or any other, you know, cryptos in here, there's a whole bunch that they have on here. And, you know, it shows you your history, when it came in, your Bitcoin account, the date, the time, the fees, transaction ID, which you can plug into the internet onto a browser, and it'll show it on the internet, on the blockchain, show where it came from, where it went to. And if you click view and explore, like I said, it'll show you the transaction on the internet if it ever freaking loads. Let's see. So yeah, it shows you it's on the blockchain, and yeah, that's how you buy Bitcoin and store it properly. So yeah, hopefully that was a good tutorial on how to buy Bitcoin, and I'm probably gonna make another video just showing how to do research on different cryptos and how to use that website CoinMarketCap just more in depth, because it is a very useful tool when it comes to doing research. And yeah, getting into crypto is pretty easy. There's a couple ways. Cash App is the easiest way. Robinhood is another easy way. Coinbase is another easy way. Crypto.com is definitely easy, but all those other ones, you know, they take a little time to set up an account, which is like 5 minutes, but you do have to provide information as far as social security, all that good stuff, just like with Cash App, I think. But yeah, Cash App just more seamless. Like I said, the fees aren't the greatest, but if you want to get in, you can get in through Cash App or Robinhood. And then I showed you how to send it, and I showed you how to receive it off of the ledger onto the ledger. So make sure you're storing your assets, your crypto assets, on a cold storage wallet if you're not going to be trading it. So because if any of these exchanges go down, if Cash App shuts down, you have your money on Cash App, you're not getting it back. If Robinhood shuts down, you're not getting your crypto back. Not your keys, not your crypto. Just remember that when you're operating in this space. So that's the video for today. I'm about to fly to Vegas. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope y'all taking care of yourselves. Even though I'm not showing what I'm doing, you know, as far as outside of the markets and stuff with the workouts and all that, I am still being consistent with, you know, waking up and stretching, meditating, reading, and working out, you know, doing the things that make me better, you know, in
a bunch of different areas. So hopefully you're doing the same. And if you have a special request for a video, if you want to know more about a process or how to do a certain thing with crypto, you know, how to buy a certain crypto asset, let me know. I'll make a video on it. But till then, peace.